Welcome. Well, you are at home with Jim and Joy, and you are an important part of our EWTN family, and we are delighted that you have welcomed us into your home. You know that we would love to hear from you. So today, please send us your email with your question or your comment. Check us out on Facebook. Today, we are exploring family life, specifically, today we're going to be talking about Our Lady of Lourdes, right? Which is so beautiful.
Is tomorrow, the Feast of Our Lady of Lourdes. And we have a question there for you, which is, how has Our Lady of Lourdes impacted your life and faith? Again, the feast day is tomorrow.
Right.
We want to discuss this now. We'll have a special guest on with us, Marlene Watkins. The phone number here is 1-800-221-9460, 1-800-221-9460, 205-271-2980. If you've been to Lourdes, call us. Okay, we want to hear from you what that experience was like for you. Maybe you brought someone to Lourdes, or maybe you were going there for your own healing at whatever level you needed that. What does the feast day mean to you? What does Saint Bernadette Soubirous mean to you? How does she impact your life? Do you have a devotion to her? So please call us, let us know how Our Lady of Lourdes has impacted your life and your faith.
And we got to watch the beautiful part 1 on EWTN on Saturday night. We always are very fond of all the cinemas that they show.
I think it's like a 6.
It was 2 parts, yeah.
Okay.
And so, so we watched the first part, and that was lovely, and looking forward to the second part. And so it's the movie telling that beautiful story and how our Blessed Mother appeared to beautiful Saint Bernadette right there in that grotto. And what happened to this? She was a peasant girl. You know, she lived in the basement with her parents, and what went on there. And you know, you think about the Fatima children and Saint Bernadette, and just how God calls children and uses them, and the Blessed Mother.
The apparition in Africa as well, yeah.
Right, because of the innocence and because of their beauty. And even when she told her name, when the priest had asked her, well, I'm not going to believe what you're saying, Bernadette, until I know what her name is. And Bernadette's running, and she's going all the way back, and because the Blessed Mother had said to her, I am the Feast of the Immaculate Conception. I am the Immaculate Conception. And she's running and saying, Immaculate Conception, Immaculate Conception. And then the priest even says to her, do you know what that means? And she said, no, I don't know what that means. She hadn't even made her first communion at that point. Just the beauty and the innocence. And you know what? For all of us in our faith journey, the faith that it took. She was being obedient, cost what it might to that little precious girl. This beautiful woman came to her, and she wanted the whole world to know, right? At that particular time, she was just being faithful to the revelation that was being revealed to her at that beautiful moment and that beautiful time, and what God has done because of it.
So we want to hear from you. Please call us, email us, message us, Facebook us. How has Our Lady of Lourdes impacted your life and faith? Have you gone to Lourdes? Did you bring somebody there? Maybe you've seen a couple of the movies that are out. Maybe you've seen the 6-part series that EWTN did. So what way is she impacting you? And if she's not, boy, you're in for a treat. Start getting in touch with Our Lady of Lourdes and her intercession for you, and receive what was taking place at that time of the apparition and ongoing down through this time. So 1-800-221-9460 or 205-271-2980. We'll be right back. There's plenty more to come. Please don't go away.
Welcome back. Well, we're going to be continuing our conversation because tomorrow is our Feast of Our Lady of Lourdes. So the question for today's show is this: how has Our Lady of Lourdes impacted your life and faith? Now, I had people who went to Lourdes, and when I was on my cancer journey, right, way back in 2004, someone had brought me water from Lourdes,
That's
right?
right, yeah.
And so what I did, it was in this little beautiful container, and I would bless myself with that water, right? I'm looking for an outward and visible sign of an inward reality. I want to be healed, and I couldn't go to Lourdes, and that was a beautiful way for me to have that connection with Our Lady of Lourdes during that time.
Well, that's part of the manifestation of the apparition, that this would be a place of healing. And Bernadette was instructed to do a number of things there on the site, and to dig for water in a place where there wasn't supposed to be water. But also, part of that message was about penance, about repentance. Penance, penance, penance. I don't know if Bernadette said it or Our Lady said it to her. And remember, Our Lady was not revealed as Our Lady.
Right.
It was just the beautiful woman.
The beautiful
that was
woman
Because
in
everyone
white.
said, you're saying the Virgin Mary is showing.
She said, I didn't say that.
I didn't say that. This is a beautiful woman, and I'm encountering her. And then finally, as you were saying, Joy, that she revealed herself as the Immaculate Conception. Well, and for me, I've not been to Lourdes, and in terms of the apparitions, I'm not as connected to that one as I am to Our Lady of Fatima, but I've been growing since we're going to do the show. And we had Marlene Watkins
And we've had
on a
Marlene
number of
on,
times.
yep.
So let's go to Marlene now. She's on with us. We have on the phone Marlene Watkins. She is the foundress of Our Lady of Lourdes Hospitality North American Volunteers, or of the Americas. And for more information, you can visit lourdesvolunteer.org, lourdesvolunteers.org. Marlene, it's so great to have you with us today, and I understand you are in Lourdes now, getting ready for the great feast day, and we're just kind of asking our audience, what does this feast mean to you? What does Our Lady of Lourdes mean to you and your life? So we couldn't think of anybody better to speak about this than you. So what are your thoughts on this day and coming into the feast tomorrow?
Well, bonsoir, good evening from Holy Lourdes, and thank you so much. We loved being on your show and love to watch and listen. And we are here in Lourdes, and it's exciting because people come from all over the world, and unbelievably, some people fly in just for the day, for the feast day tomorrow. Some fly in today, they leave the day after, but it's shocking. The planes land in the morning on the 11th. And a lot of them come in from Italy and other countries that are nearby in Europe. So for us as Americans, that would be like if this was in in New York, it'd be like somebody coming from Pennsylvania, somebody coming from Maine, somebody coming from Connecticut, New Jersey. So it would be in the surrounding area. So for Alabama, it'd be somebody maybe coming from Mississippi and from Florida and from Georgia. But they're different countries instead of states. But all of a sudden, there's this. I met today a priest briefly from New Zealand. He came from New Zealand to come to the feast day of Our Lady of Lourdes, and another priest from Switzerland. And they come from all over. It's just incredible because they are drawn, as Bernadette would say, she felt a mysterious pull to go there. And I loved when you were talking earlier about, I think it was you, Joy, that said, about Bernadette's, kind of innocence, that Our Lady seems to appear to young children who are innocent, and also their purity. That they're unfiltered. They just say, she's the most, I think you said it earlier too also, Jim, that, she says she's the most beautiful lady. She doesn't know her name. She doesn't know who she is. She said there's no one more beautiful. She's just the most beautiful lady, and she just does as she does. That's why Bernadette makes the sign of the cross. The Trinity is there right from the beginning. The first thing they do when they meet each other, they see each other. There's no words, so it's really simple. They make the beautiful sign of the cross, and Bernadette does it with all of her heart, slowly, thoughtfully. If we think about it, just that first encounter, it's in silence. There's no words. It's so international. It's so eternal. And she does it slowly. She's calling on the three persons of the Blessed Trinity, by name, each one thoughtfully. And a lot of us, we make the sign of the cross. It's a good thing that we do that, but it becomes like a good habit, but it may be habitual. Like it looks like eternity. instead of like the cross that, eternity that we want to go to, not just the cross that gets us there, that there's so much packed into these 18 visits, even the silent ones that are just such a grace and such a gift. And I'm excited to hear from all of the people that will contact you about how has Our Lady of Lourdes touched them. Because, Joy, you said somebody gave you Lourdes water. Did you know about Our Lady of Lourdes when they gave you the water, or was it something new to you?
No, I was a new convert to the church, and I was sick. And so someone who was Catholic, who was steeped in Lourdes and all of the saints, had just given it to me as a gift. And I was like, well, okay, I got nothing to lose. I don't want to die, so I'm going to use this. And I used it till it ran out.
Well, I love that. And so anybody out there who's thinking, well, I can't give them Lourdes water, they're not Catholic, or they don't go to church anymore, you can give Lourdes water as a gift. And, there's a grace in it, whether they, use it or not. It can sit there we've had people tell us it sat there for years on their nightstand until the day that they decided to use it or needed it. So if you want, and you can thank you for giving our website. There's no charge. Lourdes water is a gift from heaven. It's just the shipping but hey, if you don't even have to do that, just contact us on our website. And for those who don't use the internet, you can call 315-476-0026 and just ask for some Lourdes water for you, or a gift to give to someone else. Ask us to send it to someone else, because look at Joy, this is, as a new convert, what a gift for you to know who she was, appearing in Lourdes, and what's that message. So, and when you're sick, and I can understand, those small gestures of faith from someone else. I'm sure for you, Joy, it had an impact that someone was thoughtful to give that to you, and that it's a prayerful gift.
Hey, Marlene,
It is. It's such a gift. It really is.
The phone number again, Marlene, 315-476. What were the last digits?
0026. So you can call and ask for Lourdes water. They don't charge any. We don't charge any money, because it's a liquid grace from heaven. It really is. So we're happy to share that with anybody that asks. And we're grateful to so many people are very generous to donate to cover the shipping for those who can't afford to do that. But we're happy to share that liquid grace, we call it, because there are miracles. And we're so excited because Miracle 71 was just announced, and it's the first English-speaking miracle.
Oh, wow.
Glorious.
Jack Trainer. And I was talking to one of the doctors on the commission today who was on the commission. He's from England. And we were talking about Jack Trainer and his grandson, of course, and great-grandson being present for this proclamation. It's a fascinating story. And all of the 70 miracles. But that doesn't even scratch the surface of the thousands and thousands of unexplained cures by medical science. Medical science just can't explain them, but it's the bishop who says it's the hand of God. And then there's, of course, the tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands of probably millions of people probably listening that follow you and your show, that know that there was something that happened that just never got reported to the Medical Bureau.
Right. Well,
And those are the graces that we love to hear about.
Yes.
Marlene, thank you so much. And people can get your book, Everyday Miracles of Lourdes, by Marlene Watkins, EWTNRC.com. You can get the book right there, Everyday Miracles of Lourdes. Marlene, thanks for uniting us to yourself at this special and holy time. And I feel like I'm growing in my relationship with Our Lady of Lourdes because of your teaching and the great work that your volunteers are doing. God bless you. Have a great day tomorrow. Thank you so much.
And you know that Marlene, she has an EWTN TV series right here. It's on Saturday morning, and she sits there with her little blue and white cup of tea, My Lourdes Faith Journey, and it's on EWTN. You can go at any time on demand. Just go ondemand.ewtn.com. And she sits there and and we watch it on Saturday morning. I'm usually in the kitchen doing something, and she's there. She usually has a priest or a deacon with her, but then she has a testimony of a very ordinary person that maybe went to Lourdes and had this experience, and maybe it's not one of the 71 tallied divine
miracles.
miracles that happened, but to the encounter of something that happened. Maybe they just went down in the waters and something else happened.
Yeah.
Or, you know, sometimes the Lord just blesses the journey. Just blesses the journey that you wanted to go in faith. And maybe it just enriched your life or the people that you met. And, you know, we've had Marlene on our show. I mean, the woman is a holy, holy woman. She's just lovely. And I mean, I feel like I could spend the day with her, just sitting at her feet and just hearing from her. And so don't miss out. Go catch her show on Saturday morning. And go to her website, and if you need some holy water, you can get some holy water from Lourdes, which is such a beautiful thing.
Again, it's Our Lady of Lourdes Volunteers.org. Go there. Our Lady of Lourdes Volunteers.org. 315-476-0026. 315-476-0026. No charge. Let them send the water to you.
And we have a caller, Lily in New York, and she was had cancer in 2001. Her test came back negative, and she went to Lourdes in Thanksgiving. Lily, are you there?
Yes.
Well,
share with us your testimony.
Well, I just want to share that, you know, I didn't go to church for 22 years. Then I developed cancer. When I had cancer, I still have a strong Catholic background, so I just prayed Our Father, and I said, "Thy will be done," and that's it. Then I went, I listened to the doctor, follow to the chemo and to the radiation. So the radiation is done and everything. But then when I went to the radiologist for follow-up, she wanted to do another aspiration biopsy. But then the result wasn't given to me in another 2 weeks because she had an accident. So the agony of waiting was there. So on the day that the secretary called me that at 3 o'clock she's going to give me the result the next day, and I said, okay, I wait. So that's another long waiting. But the whole day when I wake up waiting, I was sitting I cannot look at the main door of my condo because something's like really cloudy there, like very cloudy, and I'm afraid. And if I see something, I feel like somebody's standing there looking at me. But then the picture in my head is the movie that I saw, Bernadette, you know, the Bernadette movie with the Virgin Mother. That's all that I see. So then 3 o'clock, the lady called. She said, I'll call you back in another 15 minutes. I said, like, okay. So that, you see, the agony of waiting is really terrible. So I'm walking around, but I cannot look at the door by my door. Then finally, she called and she said, the biopsy is negative. So one of my friends was already calling me. She said, like, Lily, if it's not negative or positive, whatever you have to do, if it's positive, take everything off. I said, oh my God. So then I said, like, okay. So then the secretary called. She said, Lily, it's negative. So I said, like, wait a minute. What will I do now? So my friend called and she said, oh, Lily, you have to go to Lourdes. I said, oh my God, you just answered my thing. That the picture that I'm looking is Lourdes. So I called my sister. I said, like, I want to go to Lourdes, but I don't have money. And she said, like, oh, just go to London. I'll give you money to go to France if you want to go. But then the phone rang again and said, like, my friend was calling me. She said, like, Lily, isn't this today is your biopsy? I said, yeah, I want to go to Lourdes, but I don't have money. Then
Lily, thank you so much for your testimony and sharing. And I think we're all being drawn closer to Our Lady of Lourdes through your testimony. We're going to take a break at this point. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
welcome back. Well, before we wrap up today's show, we're going to hear from beautiful Joan Lewis about a recent Jubilee year event that happened in Rome and also an update on the Pope's health. Joan, what do you have for us?
Well, greetings, Jim and Joy from Rome, a sunny Rome at last. As you know, over the weekend, we celebrated the Jubilee of the Armed Forces police and security officials. And the Holy Father presided at Mass right behind me, of course, in St. Peter's Square. But at a certain point, he said that he had breathing issues and that he would have to turn his homily over to the master, as he called them. In fact, it was Archbishop Diego Ravelli, who is master of the papal liturgical ceremonies, who read the rest of the homily to those present, to all the 25,000 jubilarians in the square who applauded the Pope very greatly, enthusiastically. And then earlier in the week, Wednesday, at the general audience, the Pope announced he was having breathing issues, and in fact, an aide read his entire talk. Now, the Pope said he had a bad cold, but actually the very next day, Thursday, the Vatican announced that he was suffering from bronchitis. And so his audiences were, by the way, he suffered from bronchitis previously on previous occasions, but the audiences scheduled for him on Friday and Saturday were still held, but in the Santa Marta residence where he lives. He didn't have any formal remarks, he just met various groups there. Now, over the last year in particular, the Pope has had breathing issues, especially April of 2024 and November. November, in fact, he had to go to the hospital for a CAT scan, which showed he did not have pneumonia, but he did have a lung inflammation. And of course, all this is within the context of the fact that when he was 20 or 21, the Holy Father had surgery and had part of one lung removed. Now, looking back to his homily Sunday, oh, by the way, the Holy Father today is also receiving people in the Santa Marta residence. Now, Sunday in his homily, the Pope said he told civil authorities, military officials, academies, ordinaries, and chaplains, he said, all of you have been entrusted with a lofty mission that embraces numerous aspects of social and political life, defending our nations, maintaining security, upholding legality and justice. And then in a reference to the day's gospel, where Jesus called on Simon, James, and John, who were fishermen, he said, follow me and you will become fishers of men. And the Pope said, when the Lord gets into the boat of our lives to bring us the good news of God's love that constantly accompanies and sustains us, then life begins anew. Hope is reborn, enthusiasm revived, and we can once again cast our nets into the sea. I just love those words, and I think they're meant for all of us as well. And on those words, back to you.
Joan, thanks so much for another wonderful report. In this year of hope, does anybody need hope? Especially those hurting emotionally, physically, psychologically? What better prayer than to say, Our Lady of Lourdes, as her feast day nears, Our Lady of Lourdes, pray for me. Please help me. Pour out your graces that you've been doing for so long, since 1858, upon me, upon my loved one. God bless you and all of your loved ones. Keep it on EWTN. Bye now.